am a very, very hot take. I've said this, I don't know. I said this when we were in Lafayette.
Yeah.
I feel like Customs are going to lose a game.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Bounce. This is your number one podcast for everything basketball in Nigeria and across Africa. On today's episode, we'll be reviewing the first phase of the Nigerian Women's Basketball League. The Savannah Conference took place in Lafia, Nasarawa State, and the Atlantic Conference took place in Akure, that's Ondo State. I have with me Sharon. She played for Real Aces. Abigail. She played for Titans. And Mr. Nathan. Those of you who were streaming the games on my Facebook channel, he was the guy. You're hearing his voice in the videos. Yeah, so we're here to give you the backstory of what happened in Lafia majorly, because everybody here was in Lafia, and then we'll just give you a glimpse of what is going on in the Atlantic Conference. I'm going to start with Abigail. You know, Titans coming into the Women's League, everybody were not sure of what to expect. In fact, me personally, I had written them off. I was just saying, they're a young team. They're just coming to gain experience and participate and all. But then their first game against Air Warriors, it was the highlights of the tournament. You know, they were so hot from the beginning of the game until the overtime and all. So Abigail, I want you to give us a backstory. How was the mindset coming into the league? Like coming into the league with Titans? What was the mindset like?
Okay. At first, like, we're not supposed to play the Zenith League.
Okay.
We're supposed to be like Division 1, according to my coach Andrew.
Yeah.
But with time, I guess 1 or 2 things happened. Then he just registered us for the Zenith League. So he was like, going into the league, we should just go and do our best. Whatever happens, you think, like, but he shall be in us, you know, that we could do something.
Yeah.
But like, this is our first time. It was like, we should just go out there, give our best. Wherever it is, like, maybe by next year we'll improve and do much better in the league. So going to Lafia, we all, like, the girls, we just had that mindset that no matter what, even if this is our first time, like, we'll put in work, we'll do our best. We have this mind of defense that nobody will just come and mess up or was like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So our first game, Air Warriors, almost when I saw it, like, Air Warriors first game, hey, Jesus Christ. Like, if you check hard, like, should I say one of the best teams there?
Yeah.
Hey,
they actually finished second last year. Yeah.
And like, I know some of their players that they are very, very good. I was like, hey, good. I didn't say it's my teammate. I say, gonna be here for so this is our first game.
Mm-hmm.
So that morning when we were supposed to play, we just gathered, we all talked and like go in there, give our best. We just play defense, our best defense.
Yeah.
Whatever comes out, like, we just think. So even if you say our warm up like that day, we're all warmed up. We're like ginger.
Yeah,
the
everybody
ginger
was
there.
hyped. Normally Titans get ginger now.
I didn't lie.
Like, what? So when the game started, like, I think Air Warriors caught us first now.
Yeah. They were leading like the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yes, they were.
So, but we didn't really let that like deter us or anything or more. So we have to fight back. So we just kept on fighting back. Then surprisingly, like, we took the lead, we're leading.
Yeah.
And with that, like, we had so much ginger and like energy.
Going into the third quarter and the early fourth quarter, you guys were leading like 10 points.
Yeah, I think so.
They're leading like 10 points.
And I think we didn't allow them leaders, like, after we took the lead.
After you took the lead from the first 5 minutes, you led on to
the tie we had with them.
Now, Nathan, you remember me and you were
I just knew you were going to expose me.
And you remember what we were saying in the first half?
Yeah.
I know after the first half, we'll separate the girls.
I honestly expected Air Warriors to, like, no offense,
to come back.
I expected them to, like, blow you guys out because I was like, experience, you guys are still young.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, after the second half, you guys will become tired or But if you like say,
Why?
I don't know you guys are eating in your camp, shall
See, usually
really interesting.
small teams like that, academy like that are usually a big threat. I've known from the start that Titans will be a big problem, especially for my team. I'm serious because they've been together for how long? I know last year we played
right from Milo time we've been together.
Games. They show us Pepe.
See?
No, we play.
They're powerful.
Like,
Like
they've
we have
been
been
together.
together for
And
long.
usually teams like
for
that,
long.
it's not about the experience. It is not about the skills. It is
Chemistry,
usually exactly
team
the
chemistry,
bond.
bonding.
They have
there.
the same spirit, they have the same zeal, they have the same purpose. Everything is the same.
Being with the same
It's
coach.
usually
for long,
easy
like-
for them. Me, before I played them, I was thinking about it. I will not lie.
So you were scared and bit.
We're going to get
Interesting.
we're going to get to your game with Real Aces. But then you guys eventually tied, and I mean Air Warriors eventually tied the game.
Yeah.
And then there was an overtime. Now, before the overtime started, what was the conversation in your team? Because me, I was like, no, overtime, the entire experience will count. Air Warriors will win. So what was the conversation within your team? What was your, just give us an insight and what happened eventually?
When we went on that overtime, like when we went back to the bench, our coach Zaka, he was like, okay, we should just calm down, we should just take this like one step at a time. Since we have come this far, like we should not give up at this point. We should just push, like the same way we played them from the beginning. We should just continue with our mindset, like defense. If you check, like our defense really helped us a lot.
Yes.
So like going back on the overtime, we're like, okay, this defense we played from the beginning. We'll play this defense again. Then like if we get our share, but just calm down, shoot, just like take your time. So like that's what really helped us, our defense. And when we go back to the bench, we just had this mindset that no matter what, since we have come this far, like cannot just give up at this time.
Nathan, you remember what happened after the over?
Just keep going. No
just you. I want you particularly to tell us what happened when he came back from the overtime.
Well, I'll keep it simple. Like I said again, I was expecting a blowout. And the funny thing, when I think it was Janet that started shooting, and I was like, bro, it was crazy. Like she made the first three, I was like, okay, interesting. And then she made the next one, I was like, hey,
problem.
Honestly,
It seemed like
they
a
did it.
fluke. It seemed like a fluke.
Honestly, I looked so like, no. But the beautiful thing about the Titans team, again, I noticed, remember, we're talking about players that we saw as outstanding. Like, everyone was outstanding. Yeah. Everyone shoots,
same
everyone
energy.
drives, everyone defends. Like, it's literally a team. That's what a team should be. Everybody's on the same page. And I was really impressed, honestly.
Yeah.
And after that day, before that day, I was, but after that day, I became number one for the get now.
So basically, Titans cause problem.
no more.
They made everybody to sit up and adjust and be like, oh, how are we going to play these girls? How
because everybody was rating us low now.
Yeah.
They're helping us, but
please just stop asking my water.
So before we exhaust the whole time on talking about Titans, let's take a break and come back to Royal Aces. On the first episode of The Bounce, you mentioned that you're playing for Royal Aces, which is a new team in Abuja. So I'd like you to just give us a background insight. How's the team going? Like, are you guys playing like you expected? And what's the progress of the team so far? And generally, just an overview.
Okay, so the thing is, before the team came together, my personal view of the team, most of the players, we've not really played together before, most of them. So I joined them and I've not seen some of them before. So it was more like, we didn't even have time to practice. We didn't have that time to practice. So we used our games to practice. And I was thinking it will even be worse than, but fortunately for us, we're just getting to understand each other each game, and it kept getting better and all of that. So the Aces, we are trying to get a structure, but it's not there yet. a 1 month team, you don't expect it to, just bloom overnight.
True.
But they're really trying. The management, they're trying to work together. And I feel it's a team that is really going to go far. It will go far. So, and for now, I can't even tell how organized it is yet, because of the short period of preparation.
Yeah.
But then it's not as disastrous as people thought it will be.
Yes.
So, so we are improving by the game.
All right. So I want you to take us through your role on the team. You're like one of the most fascinating players, not just on the Royal Aces team, in the Premier League this year particularly. Just take us through your role. Well, the way I see you like the stabilizer on the Royal Aces team. If the tempo is too high, it's Sharon. You need Sharon to balance it up. If his tempo is too, you just have that. You're an extension of the coach and to the players. I know you're not the captain, but based on say you don't play your dues, you don't play long, and I know naturally you're a point guard.
Yes, I am a point guard,
but they don't compensate to forward. So just give us a background.
You see this transition? I didn't see it coming. I'm serious. I'm a point guard, but I can navigate other positions on top. Not as a 4. But when coach said, Sharon, go ahead and play for, I'm like, what? He said, just do anything. In my head, I'm like, I can't just do anything. But he's just, the idea of, Sharon, I know you can just do this thing. Just stabilize it. Don't worry. Just go. Do anything you do, we'll accept. In my head, I'm like, that's not what I'm scared of. I'm scared of the heat. That down, Oh, God. But at the end, though, it wasn't funny. And the thing is, point guard, I'm used to being with the ball. I set the pace of the game. I decide what the game is like. And the opposite happened to me. Like, I can go down and back 4 times. I won't see the ball. Like, there was a time in a game, seriously, I picked a rebound. I gave the pass. Before I go to the center court,
everything I was going to do,
the ball was coming back. I'm like, seriously now. It didn't happen once. So I'm serious. Like, toe fro. The second time, we had a jump ball. I think it was Kaduna. We're playing Kada.
Yeah.
I was on the floor. I even sustained an injury there. I had not gotten up. My opponent was even trying to help me up. And I saw that the ball was coming down and they were making a layup.
Thank you.
I just looked at the coach. I'm like, really? The next thing, he thought I was tired. But the truth was, it wasn't like I was tired, like fatigue. No, there's a difference. You go down back. I'm not used to it. But he already told me, so now I'm prepared for anything. If you tell me go and play 5, no wala. I wish I'll go there. But after everything, I need a mercy.
All right, I actually. Personally, by now you're supposed to know I'll be your fan. You actually played your role. Well, I remember one game. Was it against Customs or against I don't know. But there was one particular game you had 11 rebounds.
Yes, I think I was Air Warriors, if I'm not mistaken.
11 rebounds. So that tells us how well you are playing whichever role you are designated to play. And it's something that a lot of players should learn, because being able to switch roles, you're not always going to be comfortable. Like, you're not always going to have what you want. You move into certain system and then the coach there would want you to perform another duty. So being able to play multiple positions and, to handle different roles makes you outstanding, like Sharon.
I don't think that's been outstanding, really. I felt like I was not doing enough. I felt, really? I'm serious, I felt down. I was totally off. After our first game, with the custom game, it was my team now last season. So you see the emotions I had during that game. And I wasn't doing what I feel like I should do because I'm playing elsewhere. So I felt really down. I graduated in that game. I can't remember when last I played basketball and had 5 fouls. Like, no matter how, it's on 3. But that game, I got 5 fouls and I wanted to react. I didn't know what to do. I just went out. I didn't know if I should cry The second game to the Air Warriors, thank God we won. I just went to my room. I didn't want to speak to anybody. Like, few of my teammates had to come to me. They're like, Sharon, you did okay. I'm like, no, I didn't play anything. In my mind, I don't know. So everything that people were saying, seriously, I just felt they were making me feel good. When my husband called me, they were like, you did good, baby. I'm like, no, don't lie. You're just making me feel okay. I'm serious. Yeah. See, until a few days ago when Coach Shegu called me, he was like, Sharon, you know, in 4 positions. I said, Coach, please don't even mention that 4. Please. I'm serious. He said, but you did what I want you to come and do on my team. I said, no, you have just chance. See, my game. And even Coach Olo said, Sharon, my big man. No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming. But then, what to do? We have to just, you know, fix ourselves wherever we find ourselves.
Let's I'll make your head swell a bit more. That says a lot. That says a whole lot about, because I guess you're holding yourself to a really high standard, expecting a lot from, and we watching were like so impressed by what we're seeing, knowing you were playing out of position and everything. And you know, this role of like almost a second coach on the team as well. Because there were so many times I saw when you were keeping your teammates in check, and it reminds me of how like Mama OJ is for customs. So I was so impressed. Like, honestly, we're just gushing about Sharon. And you're number 9 as well. Like,
So Nathan wears number 9 when he's playing. So he likes number 9.
Number 9 has teas and swag.
What's your original number?
Number 4. But the captain of the team has the number, so she.
Oh yes, that's true. That's Ruth's
so
number.
I had to just.
So adopt number 9.
Adopt it. It's a beautiful number. Exactly.
All right. So I would like us to highlight the games that were really tough, like the games that we enjoyed, the basketballs. well, you know, I think Titans really did well to set the pace. You know, it was them that set the standard. Initially, everybody was thinking, this league no serious. So we know which team go. But immediately, Titans just win that first game. They set the standard. Every team was playing. You know, every team had the teams that were coming to dominate. Every team that was coming to dominate, they humble. The teams that were relaxed, that say, no, we can't collect. They had to step up and say, if Titans can do this, we said we feel fight. You get, you know, so we already spoke about the Titans Air Warriors game. I think the next game that was really, which was actually the second game, was Royal Aces and Customs. Yes, now.
Was it that tough?
Yeah, it was. It was 10 points difference.
To be fair, I feel my honest opinion
was like a practice for us.
My honest opinion, you guys look a bit like you're still trying to get used to yourselves. So it was a bit funny for like the first 2 quarters, but it was actually, imagine you played Customs like at the end of the tournament, like maybe your last game
would have been
more intense. Like, so it was actually a quite.
But I think the game that was really, it was
Air Warriors
and Air Warriors. That game, though. See, I was playing my father. That's Coach Owolo. That man is technically sound. When they call a timeout, just get scared. I'm serious. Like, I don't know what he says. When I played with him, he just changes everything. He says stuff and the whole game changes. So it was a big deal. I won't lie. So when the game was tight, I was even telling my teammates, see, if we know what's good for us, let's just give them small gap. That's the only saving grace we'll have before when the game turned another way. I won't lie. I was pressured. I was tense. I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose that game because I had already lost the previous day. I didn't want to lose to Air Warriors. Like, Air Warriors won us last year. Customs, a very important game. And like, we had worked so hard to get to Lagos. Air Warriors just relaxed. Like, they just took everything away. I didn't want that. So if I say, let me lose another game, maybe later. But is it that game? No, and it's Coach Owolo. My father, we need to show some, reps. So that was it. But that game, I feel that was like it was really challenging game for us.
Yeah, it was really an interesting game. After the first half, Royal Aces were up with like roughly 10 points.
Yeah.
After the first half, Royal Aces were leading, roughly 10 points. It might be more or less, but I think it was around 10 points margin. So when you guys came back for the second half, it now became it was like Warriors were now having their run, and then in the last, do
you remember
last quarter?
Yeah, last quarter.
You guys were down. I remember. I will never forget because it was crazy. You were down 7 with a minute to go.
Yeah.
And I will confess again, you should not beat me after I finished talking here. A minute to go, I literally told him like, this game is over. That's what I said. Because I was like, how? 7 points in a minute. And I don't even know what happened. Honestly,
okay, no. You know what?
Coach
Shegun mentioned something. They said they lost a game in Lagos they are not supposed to lose. They said the same. He just gave me a breakdown of the game, right? He said they were leading and they felt that, I think they played against Dolphins or so. They were leading, but the inexperience, the rush, the everything made them just lose that game. So he's just hoping something like that doesn't happen again. And just like he said, in the second quarter, when we're leading the game, they felt like we had won. And I told them before, that's not how it works. On this conference, it's different. Like these girls, you just see them, when they come back, you'll be amazed. Immediately, it happened. And it was crazy. And when he took me back on the car, I'm like, Oma, give me my ball. You see that 4? It will not work. I came back. I came to collect it. I'm saying it will not work. I came back. I collected it. And I even spoke to the guards. Any guard that is on the floor, I'm like, just wait. Just hold on. No, just don't rush. Relax. Don't rush. It's 1 minute. We still have time. Then that was it. It was more like one step at a time. And thank God that that thing is great, Shao. That last
and I was really like
so Royal Aces were down 2 points.
Yeah.
And then Gloria went the line. She had 2 free throws. Now if she scored those 2 free, and it was 7 seconds left at that time. If she had scored those 2 free throws, it would have been a tie. And would have gone overtime. So she scored the first one. And now Royal Aces were down
1 point.
And it was 7 seconds left.
There's something behind that thing. That second basket that Gloria missed. Gloria had to call her big man. All they called it, I beg you, fit catch her.
So did she deliberately miss?
She was exhausted. She didn't want to hear extra time because she really helped us. That game, she really helped us. From the beginning of that game, Gloria was on point. So she was like, can you help? I didn't even know that those girls had plans. And unfortunately, the ball did not come to us. But thank God Fon came.
Wow, interesting.
I don't know the drama that came was
interesting.
So that's that play exactly. Some people were saying they were cheated, that there was a foul and all of that. But if you watch the video closely, she tripped.
Yeah, I feel like
we were watching it. I was so surprised. Like I thought she would just like hold the ball. Just 7 seconds. I was so surprised. Like I don't know the magic. She wanted to do the
drama. I don't know what she. I don't know. I'm saying no. See now, her teammate got the ball. I had to go and watch that game again. Her teammates got the ball. They were looking for her. I was defending her. So she ran off me and went all the way to that side of the court. I was avoiding.
You were avoiding that
side of the court.
That side of the court.
Oh, there was a basketball now. Wow, interesting.
But then, I knew her teammates were looking for her. I already had, maybe my teammate was there, the big man. So when the pass just got to her, the thing that came to my head was to just go and double team her. Before I knew that, I didn't know what the game wanted to do. Because I was standing. If you see, even in the video, I was like, what's going on? She fell off. But even if I was with the ball or somebody else, you're tripping. How many seconds to go? You will hold your ball.
Like maybe to be a jump or something.
Even if they push you, you will maybe hold the ball. Maybe a foul. They will give you a foul, a jump or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know the drama. Like I said, okay, the rim is not yours, because if you even watch the video, it seems like she wants to go off.
Yeah,
I don't know.
true.
And the ball came off, and thank God for Nebi.
She was not surprised. Like if you look at the look on her face, she was like, I mean, she was so surprised. She was surprised.
So it was really an exciting experience, you know. So lastly, let's talk about Royal Aces versus Titans. You guys, Royal Aces won the game with 6 points.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. So we'll hear from you and we'll hear from you. What was happening in the back?
See, it's not I want to make mountain. Like we're supposed to win that game.
Wow.
No shade. What?
Okay.
I don't know what happened. Like I don't know. Maybe it's because of the win. Like because we won our first game. Then we had a rest. Then we won our third game. I don't know. Maybe because of the win that I got so white. Everybody was so relaxed. Like I really don't know what happened that day, but. I just pray, I just pray it doesn't happen again.
It will happen again.
No, it will happen again. I just hope it doesn't happen again.
Titans game. You're playing. People are watching. People are tightening their seatbelts. You know?
Yeah.
I've played them before. The other players might not know, but they might not know them individually. But they already know that this team has chemistry.
Yeah.
This team, if you play them offensively like they play, you will lose. You cannot play Titans offensively the way they play you. Defensively, you rush like they play. They are very quick.
Yeah. True.
So defensively, yes, you have to be quick. But offensively, you guys relax first.
Yeah.
Understand? Because those girls can put their hands, they'll put their hands to everything.
So
we are seeing all of that. We don't just sit down and say, okay, Titans, now come and put your hand. It's not even possible. You will not come and put your hand again. Let me tell you.
It's not happening again.
Okay, so Abigail, looking at how far you guys, initially it was just come and participate.
Yeah,
but looking at how far you guys have come, at the pace, the standard you have set now, how far do you think you guys are going to go in the championship?
Okay. By God's grace, God's will, when we qualify to Lagos, as I said, by God's grace, I'm not making out or anything. No, when we get there, like hopefully, like one game at a time, step by step. We're not rushing anything. We are learning too. We are learning. So. When we get there, anything we see, but we know we are going there with that mindset of like we have that mindset of defense, of winning. But like whatever comes our way, like
great.
See, one step at a
Sharon, you guys, this is your second in the Savannah Conference right now. So how far will you go? At the end of it all?
Hopefully, by God's grace,
your statement.
No, seriously, because it's not like a team that is formidable yet. We are still in process, so I can't tell. But I just know that we are all going out with a winning mentality. The same fighting spirit. Just let's go there and not get dominated. Let's not get bullied. That's just the whole idea of it all. So
we've been talking about the Savannah Conference since, and because we don't have so much information about what's happening in the Atlantic Conference, we're not going to talk much about it, but I assure you there's war. There's war going down here. There's war going down here. Although First Bank is leading, they were unbeaten in the first phase. Dolphins is second on the group, and MFM, the previous champions, are third on the group that's in the Atlantic Conference. Then is it Delta Force or Bielsa? Yeah, Bielsa is fourth. Then Delta Force fifth. Sunshine sixth. Now remember, some of these teams have some of their players in the national under 18 team, and they are back. So it means it's reinforcement, and a lot of upset is going to take place. So First Bank is sure they will be in the final 8, but the remaining 3 spots is going to be between Dolphins, MFM, Delta Force, and Bielsa. So I'm not sure which team is going to qualify, but I think in the Savannah Conference it's kind of clear, except Plateau come and cause upset.
I am a very, very hot take. I've said this, I don't know. I said this when we were in Lafayette.
Yeah.
I feel like Customs are going to lose a game.
well,
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah. So, thank you all for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed this episode of The Bounce. We'll still try to bring you another interesting gist after the league is over. And would you like to see these faces, or would you want different faces? Let me know in the comments. So thank you so much for watching this episode of The Bounce, and thank you as well, my guest, for coming. So don't forget to subscribe to Hood TV on YouTube and follow The Bounce with OJ on Instagram for constant updates and the full episode on YouTube. Thank you very much. Peace out.